Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. How are y'all doing? How is quarantine? Now let me tell y'all how quarantine is for me. Quarantine is actually kind of good. I love working from home because my job isn't super stressful like the previous one I had. So I get to relax, do some work. I feel like I'm on top of things. I get to stay more involved in my brother's homework, make sure he's on track, so that's awesome. So I'm loving quarantine. I'm also working out because I told myself when I come out of quarantine, I'm gonna come out of quarantine fine AF. So that's what I'm focused on, is eating right, staying healthy, cooking good food that is healthy, working out, doing crunches, working on my body, working on myself. So I hope you guys are doing the same. In the meantime, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I know y'all saw me and my brother going live because we was playing the game today, so you'll probably see more of that later. Now, in the meantime, let's talk about this R. Kelly. Now, I promised y'all a while back a deep dive into this new R. Kelly indictment. So we're going to break this indictment down. We're going to talk about his request to be released and just all the R. Kelly stuff so far. So I want to say this. I have a friend on Instagram, and he was posting about how free my boy, talking about R. Kelly, right? And they're saying, oh, you know, y'all girls just mad that he didn't want to spend his money on y'all. And I'm just like, see, that is why I know that why me and exes and me and ex-friends cannot get on the same page, because we literally have nothing in common. And not to say that you have to dislike R. Kelly, but it's just that you don't even understand the gravity of what's going on, and that he's being accused of not just sleeping with 16 and 17-year-olds, but 5 and 6 and 7-year-old girls. And why should that be okay? And when are we going to hold people accountable? But it's just like a lack of education and a lack of awareness. And people think that by supporting him, you're supporting black. But you're not. You're going against black, because supporting black would be supporting all the black little girls who are forever mentally and physically scarred from their relationships with him, versus supporting him. Supporting him is not going to be the pro-black thing to do, in my opinion. The pro-black thing to do is support the little girls that a society in America already forgets about. Because society in America does not forget about rich and famous black men. They forget about little black girls who are poor, and little black girls who are scarred, and who have nightmares, and who have STDs, and who have all these things, because America believes that they're supposed to have that anyway. We come from historically, black women was raped by their slave masters in slavery. So of course the world doesn't think that is anything that a black woman, a young black girl, is taken advantage of. Of course, that's nothing. That's no big deal. We can always find an excuse as to why that's okay. But we can't face the fact that someone we have portrayed to be a hero is not. And that's the dichotomy, and that's what's really going on, I think, is that, of course, it's easy to say a black girl was raped. Black girls have been getting raped. Young black girls been being molested. Young black girls been being taken advantage of. That's been happening for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. What we can take is that our heroes, people we put up on a pedestal, are not who we thought they were. And we as the people can't fathom that. So rather than say, no, I'm sorry, we were wrong, we picked the wrong hero. Maybe these celebrities and people are singing and grinding and bumping their crotch on national television are not heroes. Rather than saying that and admitting that, we're gonna say, oh no, those girls wanted it, of course, because they're black. But if they were another race, we'd be looking at him differently, right? Y'all would be looking at him differently if it was another race. But because we as a people, we've even accepted that black girls deserve it. And we don't accept it by saying black girls deserve to be raped. We accept it by saying black girls are fast, black girls want the money, Black girls want to sleep with men with money. Black girls want fame. Black girls mature faster than other girls. Black girls get their boobs in their butt faster than other girls. That's what we say to say that it's okay that they're molested and raped, right? That's our way of saying it without saying it, because when you say those things, you are hinting at those. That's the subtext of what you're saying. The subtext of black girls mature, black girls like money, is it's okay for black girls to be molested, raped, or taken advantage of. And that's just all I want to say about that. I just wanted to say that because a lot of people think because I report the news and I don't break it down that I don't understand what I'm saying, but I understand what I'm saying very well. I have the tools and the vocabulary to articulate how I feel, and I just choose to stick to the news side of things. But the truth is that I understand very well what is going on, and it's so much deeper than the black man on the pedestal. It's so much entrenched into how we feel about black women, and even down to the disrespect of black women. You know, black women talk about the disrespect they experience at the hands of men. This is all tied and connected together. I'm actually thinking about doing my PhD. I already have my JD. My EDD, I already have my JD, and I took the bar exam, and I'm thinking about after this doing my EDD on education. And this is really something that I'm interested in, is how education and how the education of the black community affects how we respond to these things. And the lack of education, the lack of knowledge, the lack of awareness, and the lack of experiences affect how we interpret these things that are destroying our communities. And it's the same thing going on with this pandemic that we're having right now in the world. It's the same thing of people wanting to make up conspiracy, outlandish, crazy stories to make it fit a narrative that they're used to, instead of saying this is something we're not used to. Just like we're not used to our heroes being monsters, we're not used to this pandemic. So address it. But rather than do that, we mask it with something else. And that, to me, in my opinion, has an underlying issue of education, an issue of poverty, an issue of lack of understanding and lack of experience. But that's just me going off on my little 7-minute tangent. But let's go back to this deep dive, this R. Kelly deep dive. And so here we're talking about, so there's new women added, or young girls added into this indictment. One of them, I believe the most recent one was 2015, and I said, oh, that's right, when he got with them. But now we are in 2018. So these are young women. Now, surviving R. Kelly, let me ask Siri, because I have a feeling, hey Siri, oh, this is in my phone, so, but this is interesting because I want to, talk about this. So Surviving R. Kelly aired January 3rd, 2019. So let's read this. In or about April 2015 and December 2018, within the Northern District of Georgia, the Northern District of Illinois, the defendant, Robert Sylvester Kelly, together with others, did knowingly and intentionally obtain the labor and service of a person with Jane Doe number 5 by means of force, threats of force, physical restraint, and threats of physical restraint. Transportation. So this is Jane Doe number 5. Now we have Jane Doe number 6 in 2017, and he transported Jane Doe number 6 across interstate commerce. Her identity is known to the grand jury, which probably means she's going to testify. This is really about transporting. It says engage in unprotected sexual I gotta use different words. Unprotected bleep 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 with a Jane Doe number 6 without first informing Jane Doe number 6 that he had contracted the herp and obtaining her consent to this blah 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 under these circumstances. So this is about him knowingly giving someone an STD, the herp. This next one is on or about January 13, 2018. He with others did knowingly and intentionally obtained the labor and services of a person. So this is saying that he obtained her labor. by means of threat and serious harm. This next one, and so these are basically they're all this. Oh, transportation. Let's talk about the Mann Act. Later on, he's charged with and knowingly and intentionally transporting an individual, Jane Doe number 5, in interstate commerce with the intent to engage in for which a person can be charged with a criminal offense. And this is California Penal Code. So this is somebody in California. They cite California Penal Code in here. And so then he adds all these count 6 is the Mann Act again, the Mann Act in transportation, Mann Act coercion of a minor. Let's look at this one. Together with others, he knowingly intentionally persuade, induce, and entice and coerce an individual who had not attained the age of 18 years old to engage in for which a person can be charged with a criminal offense, again under California Penal Code. So this again happened in California. This is coercion, and then this is Mann Act transportation and coercion. So basically, these are new girls or new young women who have come forward. It's likely, I think, probably some of the women that have left his house that are now speaking on what happened. And R. Kelly tried to get out of jail. He petitioned to the judge. The judge, of course, said no because he's a flight risk. People are saying why Tekashi got out and he didn't. Tekashi got out because Tekashi was already getting out. R. Kelly was not. So that's why Tekashi got out. R. Kelly did not get out because he is facing so much time. He's definitely 1,000% a flight risk. And I would think that if he got out, he would try and flee the country. I think that he has a long battle ahead of him. And honestly, I just don't see how anything is gonna benefit him. It just seems like, in my opinion, it's just going downhill from him. It's going so far downhill that people don't even want to talk about it no more. It's just like, yeah, like, he gone, we done with it. So, we'll see how it plays out. I can't wait to the trial. I can't wait to see the real actual facts, because complaints are very basic and generic, contrary to what you believe. But when we get the facts, the evidence, the discovery, if we get a hold of that, now we're talking about some juice. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I'm back. I hope you liked my live streams of NBA 2K and WWE 2K and Uno. So I will be doing some more of those during this quarantine. And I hope you guys, because I'm quarantined with my little brother. I ain't got no quarantine bae. It's me and my 14-year-old brother. We quarantine pals. So we're going to be on here having some fun. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do all that good stuff. I love it all. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe quarantine. Please be safe, wear gloves, wear masks, take the necessary precautions, protect yourself, protect our elderly, and protect our loved ones, okay? Thank you. Bye.